Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Hey, hello.
Hey, there you are.
I always jump the gun. Whew. So excited to be
Woo.
back.
It's about time.
This is sort of what I looked like last week.
It matches your shirt too.
Yeah. I don't know if people remember, but last semester, intern Maddie had some eye thing going on.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday I had that, but it was like in both my eyes. So I messaged John and he was like, prove it. And I was like, I don't know if you can see this.
I want to see a picture.
Yeah. I don't know what the story is, why everyone's getting these eye things. Cause my friend had the same thing. So I don't know. I'm blaming the COVID shot. So we're not going to get into that.
Good blame.
We won't get into that, but super excited to be back. I would also like to welcome intern Carly back from her month-long spring break.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Let's take a nice gander at her tan.
Yeah, she's been on spring break for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to be back, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she's a liar. She's like, oh my gosh, so good to be back after living my best life on the beach. So while you were gone, we had 87 storms. I think stomach flu. I don't know. All things passed through.
Eye things.
Flus. You missed the
snow.
party here.
Yep.
Yeah, it was epic. So
Bummer.
it's okay. I came, they didn't even offer me a beer. So you didn't miss so much, but I did come in and jam out. It's okay.
We didn't even
fine.
offer her beer. I felt bad.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Next time.
Okay.
There's always more birthday parties.
Yes.
So, super excited. We have a guest today, but just going to recap a few things first. The market's wild and crazy and fun and exciting, and Carly got to get in on some action when she got back.
Yes.
Yeah, all the phone calls about things. Multiple offers are back. Sellers, some of them are being crazy and overpricing their houses still, so that's awesome and really cool. Friends, trust your realtors when they give you suggestions. And we've got some fun stuff coming up. Carly's helping me and some of my lender partners. We're hosting a fun event on May 2nd, so more information to come.
Yes.
For the
I'm
ladies.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about financial wellness, which is kind of cool and a topic that sometimes women shy away from. So we're going to do a little, have a little glass of wine, talk about some financial wellness, and we'll get some more information out about that. So before we get started, let me give the details here. My name is Courtney Barstead Logan. I'm a realtor with Remax Grand in Grand Forks, and you can find me on social media at Grand Cities Living on Facebook and Instagram. Give me a follow. I have 3 followers now on YouTube. How exciting is that? Yep. That's right. Everyone keeps telling me to put these on YouTube, so you can follow the show on YouTube if you miss it, or you can come back here. And for licensing purposes, you can find me at 1375 South Columbia Road, Suite G. So there we are. Carly, it is like, what, a few more shows left, and then you're graduating. So give us your skinny.
I know. It is, honestly, it has flown by.
Yeah.
I'm shocked at
Yeah.
how fast senior year went.
I got your evaluation for your
Did you?
internship the other day, and I was like, oh, she's not done yet. So, yeah. I was like, we're going to put her to the test the last few weeks. So, yeah, it all happens
Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going. So, let's hear your sales pitch. You are, tell everybody just your mini resume in case we have anybody looking to hire.
Yes. So I am graduating with a major in management and then a minor in entrepreneurship this spring. I'm from Sartell, Minnesota, graduated from Sartell in 2019, and then went to Montana State for a year, and then transferred here to UND.
Yes, from a bobcat to a bird.
Yes.
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 Yeah. You didn't even know that, did you?
I
you
did
know
not.
that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. John knows everything about Carly and all of her uncles and relatives.
Yes.
Yeah, I know them, but
Yeah.
some of them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, all the people. So if you are in the Sartell area, or I mean, maybe you're listening from
Same
abroad and
club.
you're like, I'm going to just
Minneapolis.
bring Carly in to work in, England,
Yeah.
something like that. So Carly is hireable and a fantastic candidate for your next job. So give her a
Thank
holler.
you.
So, all right. Well, with further ado, I'm so excited to welcome the fabulous Carma Hanson from Safe Kids Grand Forks. It's been a while.
It has been. Thanks for having me on this morning, Courtney.
Yeah. So I was introducing Carly and Carma this morning. Carma is obviously people know her with Safe Kids, but she's my sorority sister. So that's what's most important because we're linked forever. I paid for her friendship forever and ever.
Yep.
Yep.
A few years apart, though, at the university, but we won't
crossed
go into that.
paths.
Right.
Yeah. It's all the same. I was looking ahead at my May calendar and I saw I had volunteered for Kids Don't Float, and I thought we need to get Carma in because I know on Saturday you all have an event that I'm taking my son to. There's just so much with Safe Kids all the time. So wanted to bring you in to recap of different ways people can engage with Safe Kids here in the next month or two.
Yeah, you're right. We do have a super busy calendar. We're heading into the summer, which is always a very busy time for us. Kind of that end of the school year where we're still hitting up a lot of events in the schools, but then we move into summer where we're doing events that are a lot of outdoor events that we can't do when it's, freezing cold outside. We are kicking off an event on Saturday. We do still need some volunteers for that event if anybody is interested.
Yes.
We partnered up several years ago with an event called the Hands-On Learning Fair, and it was started by a lady by the name of Judy Milovitz here in Grand Forks during April, which is Month of the Young Child. Judy is involved in early childhood education and created this Hands-On Learning Fair as a way to bring parents and caregivers together with their children and show them ways in which they can engage with their kids in a way other than just putting them in front of a TV screen or something like that. And so the event, as the title is, it's very hands-on activity. Their event often coincided or was right around the same time as an event that we had, which was called Safe Kids Day. And that was an event that brought people together really to kind of get educated about all of the topics that we do in ways parents and caregivers can keep kids safe. And that was also a very hands-on learning event. And so we combined those events and did a couple of them together, and then COVID hit and we couldn't bring 2,000 to 3,000 kids and adults together in a hockey arena for a while. And so that was put on hiatus, but that event is coming back this weekend. It will be held on Saturday, April 22nd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Purpur Arena. It is free of charge. We have a fabulous presenting sponsor, AAA, helps us to offset the costs for the facility and things like that go along with holding a big event like this. And so we would love to have parents with kids kind of under that age 10 come out to the event and join us. But if there are people that are listening who have any time on Friday between the hours of 2 and 4 or on Saturday between 1 and 3, we could still use some help with setup and takedown. We had a fraternity that normally helped us with that. They're not able to do that this year. So we are looking for some hands to help us with the Hands-On Learning Fair execution this weekend.
Oh, maybe a shout out to our sorority sisters at Alpha Chi Omega if they have any free time.
Yes, Alpha Chi or Alpha Phi.
Oh, challenge has
I
been
can set
set.
it in the group chat.
Yes.
Yes, challenge has been, put out there.
Yes.
Come wear your Greek letters and we'll see who represents better in helping out the community and the kids of our community. How do you like that?
That would be a good
I love that.
competition.
Yes. And you all are about heart health, right?
Yes,
So
heart
safe
health.
and healthy and all the things.
Yep.
So if Alistair and I will be there, it's a great activity to wear him out a little bit before his nap because then we're hitting up monster trucks, a totally different event. But what kinds of things will we be able to participate with?
Yeah, so come, bring your kids. If you have a stroller and want to bring that, you certainly can. We'll have easy access to get in with that. We have over 50 booths and vendors that will be there on a variety of topics. And like I said, our training room right now at our Safe Kids building is like almost kind of overwhelming with all the stuff that's in it, and that's just our stuff. We have a lot of other businesses, agencies, entities, child care centers coming, but we'll be talking to parents about a particular topic, but then we'll also have an activity that the kids can participate in. Our partners with the Grand Forks Optimists are going to be there. They'll be doing a bike rodeo, so we'll have bikes that the kids can ride on, learn the rules of the road and the hand signals and all that fun stuff. You can purchase a bike helmet. We'll have those available for a reduced price. We've got people there talking about water safety, and there's a pool with balls in it the kids get to play in, and we'll be selling life jackets at a reduced price at that one. A lot of very hands-on things. We'll also have a couple food vendors. Cool Creations will be there with their little slushies, ices, selling those. And then a new business in our community called That Protein Place will be there. Nicole Kringsted's business selling items. And then outside will be the Smokehouse Barbecue. So come hungry,
gosh.
right?
Yeah.
You'll smell the barbecue.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
when you come in, you'll get a passport, and on there it'll have a variety of educational booths that will be there. And if you get so many, checked off, you put it in a basket. We've got 10 or 12 different, some of them are like backpacks with kids' books or stuffed animals or activities in it. And you put your passport in the basket that most interests you to win, and then we'll be drawing prizes out of that. And so it's a great way to have fun, and yet the kids will be learning about things that are kind of really those lifelong things to know about, but they'll be having fun while they do it. So it won't even seem like learning at all.
Yeah, that'll be so fun.
I love it. And, there's so much John and I were just talking, like there might be snow or icky weather or whatnot, but people are always dying to get their kids involved in something and to get out of the house. And so take advantage of these opportunities. Like you said, it's free. There's so much to do. And Saturday, such a great day just to get out of the house and come. And I know as a parent, every time I go to a Safe Kids thing, I learn something new. So go enjoy and have fun with that. And if you have any questions, drop us a message on here. We can connect you with anyone at Safe Kids and do that. So
yeah, the other thing I'll mention that we have just added to this event is we do something called a medication take back event. We do them 3 times a year in the parking lot. And I know, Courtney, you have come to those events before where you clean out your medicine cabinet, your purses, your travel bags, that kind of thing. And it might be expired or unused medications, and you bring them, and we have a law enforcement officer. We do one in March during Poison Prevention Week. We do one in June, and then we do one in September. And I know you've come to those before and helped to promote them and dropped off meds. We have actually secured a law enforcement officer. I believe Sheriff Andy Schneider is going to be there on Saturday. Okay. And so you can, we'll have a site, a bin where you can drop off your medications. This would be a good time to get rid of anything that you're not using or that are maybe expired. Medications are now the #1 cause of poisoning in our homes. And so getting that stuff out of there is a good thing to do. And so leave it in its original containers. You can leave the labels on it. We'll have a disposal bin there and law enforcement there that can legally take those medications back. You can't just, hand them over to just any old person, but we've added that to the event on Saturday as well. So
awesome. It's a nice one-stop shop with a lot of that stuff. Also the bike helmets and the life jackets, and just one less thing to worry about as hopefully the weather's turning. We can get outside. I know I have a Spider-Man bike in my garage waiting to hit the pavement. So
well, and we can fit infants through adults with our helmets. We'll take cash, check. You can go to our website and pay online. Just like, it's a donation link on the thing. And we have a variety of colors. So come on out, bring your cameras. We're going to have
photo booth?
Not photo booth, but mascots. That's the word I was looking for.
Sounds like.
Yeah, sounds like.
You have a Spider-Man bike, huh?
Yeah. Well, yes.
You sound like Karma.
We have one. Yes. I wish I had a Spider-Man bike, but
Okay.
yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about bike safety?
Yeah.
I know your little guy just turned 4, and some people will say, well, they only ride training wheels, or they only ride on the sidewalk, or, oh, my kid's only on a trike, they don't need a helmet. Oh, no, they do. The rule at our house was always wheels on your feet, wheels on your butt. You have to have a helmet on your head. And your other option is you can just leave your bike parked in the garage. It's interesting. I am a nurse by background, and I will tell you, I can fix a skinned up elbow or a broken leg. I tell you, brain injuries are very, very hard to fix. And, whether it's a kid or an adult, they are just they have some really lifelong consequences, and it doesn't take much of a fall. So having those helmets on the head and starting that from a really early age, if they're on a Strider bike or in a Burley or on the bike with the training wheels or whatever that is, please make sure you get a helmet on those kids' head. I know kids are starting to get outside, and you kind of drive, and it's like ants, like people are just scurrying about on the streets, walking dogs or running or riding bike, and kids out all over. There may be a little bit have that not so good riding skills yet this spring after having had the bike parked all winter. Please get your helmets out if they don't fit. If you can't make it to the Hands-On Learning Fair on Saturday, call our office. We'll set up an appointment, and you can swing by and pick up those helmets. And again, adults, be good role models. Wear your helmets, because sometimes your actions speak louder than your words.
Mm-hmm. I remember when you called the mayor out on that. So that was a really good one. And she said, come on over, I'll get you a helmet for that bike.
Oh, he didn't have one on?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
No,
Bo.
but she got him covered.
All right.
He was just being all healthy on his bike. So,
sure,
Bo
sure.
got his helmet, I think.
Yeah, I was on a Zoom call yesterday with some city council members, and council member Brett Weber said something too. We were talking about kids and bike helmets, and we just had a bike incident in our community not a week and a half ago, and we were talking about that, and you might be a really good cyclist, but we have a lot of really not good drivers in this town. And car meets
And
kid
how
or
about
car
these-
meets person.
Yeah.
Car wins every time. Doesn't matter whose fault it was.
Yeah, and how about these wonderful streets of Grand Forks? Boy, I'd really like to be riding my bike down the 32nd. Oh, my
the
goodness.
Spider-Man bike would disappear in some of those potholes.
Yeah, you
Well-
could web right over it.
Yeah, and I was just listening to a segment on KNOX where the mayor was talking about
Who?
that, and that yeah, I know, right? But Mayor Buczynski was on and talking about the fact that is not a city street. It's actually owned by the state.
Oh,
And so they
boy, that'll
are-
get fixed right away.
They are the ones responsible for that, and
my
it is
gosh.
bad. But
jeez.
you think about those potholes and even on the sidewalks,
Oh, yeah.
the uneven terrain, this is a sad story, but we go around to all the schools in the spring. We do regional schools in the fall. We do public schools, and we used to work with a nurse who was at our public health department here in town. She's since moved, but she went and got her degree in nursing in Wisconsin, and she was 2 weeks away from graduating, and her roommate was going to go out for a bike ride on a Saturday morning and asked Heather if she wanted to go, and she said no, she had a project she had to work on, and so she stayed back. Her friend Heather went out riding on her bike. She was 21, 2 weeks away from graduating as a nurse, going down a trail, which trails should be safer because you're not interacting with cars. And there were 3 cyclists coming this way, so she pulled to the side of the trail to let them pass. Her wheel hit the edge of the trail, and there was an unevenness in the trail. She was flipped off of her bike, landed and hit an evergreen tree, and died 3 days later of head injuries
my
from that
goodness.
crash.
Wow.
And so, again, you don't anticipate the
Right.
bumps or the cracks in the road or the bad driver and that kind of thing. And so what I say oftentimes, Carly, I'll ask you the question. If I told you today you were out riding your bike and you were going to be in a crash, would you wear a helmet today?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, you would. And here's my answer. I wouldn't. Because if I knew I was going to be in a crash, I wouldn't get on my bike.
Oh.
Right?
Good answer.
You wear your helmet because you don't know when the crash is going to happen, or you wear your seatbelt because you don't know when the crash is going to happen, right? And so again, a car meets adult, car meets kid, car wins every time. So get those helmets out. Come to Safe Kids and get fitted. There's a lot of great places here in town that sell helmets as well. I'm not trying to compete with them, but we'll fit them, we'll size them, we'll get you all taken care of.
Sweet. I love it. I love it. Another event you have coming up that I'm excited to volunteer with is Kids Don't Float. It was really hard for me to pick which station I wanted to be at. So I'm not 100% sure where I'm at, but I hope you don't need me in my swimsuit, right?
I do not.
thank
I do not. That's one event that sometimes people get scared off when we say, hey, we need volunteers for our Kids Don't Float activity. And by the way, it's at the UND Hislop pool. And they're like, I am not putting on a swimsuit, or I am not getting in the water. I mean, I promise you do not need to do that. But that is a class we have had for 28 years.
Wow.
And it's going to be held the first week of May. And it is, we train over 700 kids in 2nd through 5th grade on water safety, which again is a lifelong skill. And, you know, it's not just about pools. It could be lakes or rivers or, you know, right now, you think about flooding and the amount of water that is accumulating in ditches and the intrigue that water has for kids, as, you know, it's outside and it's new and cool and it's, you know, like that looks like fun to play in. And the next thing you know, there's oftentimes a flow or a current to that water that can run you through culverts and that kind of thing. Or the other thing, the danger is it's freezing cold. And there's hypothermia that can set in. In fact, that's one of our stations we'll do at the Kids Don't Float is they'll pick pennies up off the bottom of an ice bucket and feel the effects of what happens to their fingers and their muscles and how something very simple becomes very difficult when you get cold. So thanks for coming and being willing to volunteer at that.
Yeah. Well, I got the link and I thought, you know what, this sounds like an exciting event. So I'm excited. I love events with all of you. I had, Alistair's 4-year-old appointment the other day. We went through stuff and they said he will be 4 on this day. He can now move into a booster chair because of his size. And I said, I'm glad you said that, but I just follow Safe Kids and then they tell me what I need to do because I'm a test dummy for them in the car seat. I will be forever, you know? So however I need to do that. And so they said, yep, whenever you're ready. I do love the 5-point harness though, because he can't go anywhere.
Well, and truth be told, 4 is kind of the minimum. They say 4 and 40 pounds minimum, but the best practice is really to keep them harnessed to the upper limits of that seat. They're always going to be safer in a 5-point harness, you know, that covers the 2 shoulders, those collarbones that are heavier, the 2 hip bones, and then the pelvic bone. And so that being said, keeping them in that 5-point system as opposed to putting them in a seatbelt where it only touches 3 hard parts is always best. Harnesses in most car seats go up to 65 pounds, and kids may hit that at 4, 5, 6, 7. So harness is always going to be safest. So while 4 might be the minimum standard, the best practice is, I guess, if it were my kids, that's what I'd want to follow is what's the safest.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know, it's wonderful because I know he's there, his limitations of what he can do and not, you know, turn around. It is nice now with grandparents, you know, my parents coming, we can put the booster seat in their car if we need it, but being able to do that. So I will always sign up. That's something. Do you have car seat checkups coming up all the time?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yep. So we just did an event last Thursday. We are at Rydell's the 2nd Thursday of every month from 4 to 7, free of charge. Don't need an appointment. We also do them at the East Grand Forks Fire Station, and that either goes from 9 to 11 in the morning or from 12:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon. For those, we ask for an appointment just because the fire station bay is a little bit smaller, and we have less people that go to that and work that event. So if people are interested in that, that's always the last week of the month. And they can call our office 701-780-1489 and set up an appointment. Both of those events are held in a venue in which it's indoors, so we can do them year round and we don't need to worry about weather. That being said, I would encourage people to look on our website. We have a jam-packed summer full of car seat checkup events all over the region, in which we are in a lot of the smaller communities where maybe they don't have an indoor venue that we can be at. So we'll go to a child care center or a church or an ambulance, you know, area, a parking lot at a school, that kind of thing. And we've got a ton of communities in Northeast North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota, and we keep adding to that schedule all the time. So if you go to our website, safekidsgf.com, or our Facebook page, those events are all outlined on there, and you can type a question in the event itself, or in our Facebook Messenger, or email our office, safekids@altu.org.
Anything you need. One thing that there's many things I love about Safe Kids, but the thing that I love is being a first-time mom. There's just literally so much information of you should know about your car seats, or what medications and vaccines and appointments and all the things. And it's, these kids don't come with instruction pamphlets, which is really unfortunate. It would be great. I'm not sure if I'd read it, but I rely on that car seat checkup because my brain does not operate in the like, okay, this goes here, that goes there, but they've taught me how to put it in. So when we do travel and I have to get a car seat at a rental company, I can put it in. I know how to put my knee in the seat and make sure it's locked in properly. But when I go in, they can tell me different things, to get it set up. And it's one less thing for me to think, oh my gosh, what time is it? Do I need to be adjusting that? And I think there's enough, mom shaming out there. Like, just reach out if you have questions and don't worry about, that backlash. Can I be doing this? Or should this be, what age can my kids be left at home? Or when can they start babysitting? Like, ask those questions, because I think so many times we don't ask because we're afraid we should know everything as parents, and we don't. And it's good to reach out.
Courtney, it's interesting you say that. I trained as a nurse, and I started my first job, and you get 8 to 12 weeks of orientation, right? And being a parent was the most important job I have ever in my life had. I've had a lot of different jobs, and this is the most important job I've ever had. And yet it comes with no orientation, right? Mm-hmm. And there are so many sources of information out there that want to tell you how to raise your kids. Some of them very trusted and credible, others not so much. And so that's one thing that Safe Kids really prides ourselves on, is being trusted, being reliable, being credible, not just saying, hey, this might be a cool idea, or hey, you should try this, but things that are proven effective, and really kind of meeting parents where they're at. And you know what? My car is not perfectly clean. Don't worry about going because you have Cheerios or Goldfish or French fries into the bite of your seat, right? Yep. Or it's sticky. Yep. Or I probably should know this, but I don't, so I don't dare call because I'm embarrassed. You know what? That's what we're here for, and we're going to meet you where you're at. When you think about motor vehicle crashes being the leading cause of death for kids, and knowing that 4 out of 5 car seats are used wrong, that's not something as a parent I would be willing to take the chance of, well, maybe I've got it in there, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I want to know that, right? Yeah. I just took a piece of paper out of my thing, and I don't know if you can all see this. These are just our car seat checkup events that we've got scheduled so far this summer. And so, like, seriously, we are going to be all over the region. If something we have doesn't work out with you, call our office. We have done video car seat checkup events before. We do classes for new parents called Bringing Home Baby, where we talk about that very first car seat that you're going to use and how to put the child in it, how to think about what's that next car seat up, what's the next stage I'm going to. And so
which one to buy? I ran that by you guys. Like, this is on sale. What does the, Yep. What does this look like? Yeah.
Or how do I get rid of my old car seats? We have city cleanup week coming up. I know that that's supposed to be the first week of May. That got pushed back to the 3rd week of May. But what do I do with my car seat? Can I put it out on the berm? The answer is no. Don't put it out on the berm. Right now, there is a Target recycling event that is going on at Target, where if you bring your old car seat in, you'll get a coupon for 20% off another baby product. They take those seats and have them recycled. If and when that Target event is not happening, you can bring them to our office. Our lead agency is All True Health System, and so we are located in the All True Clinic in East Grand Forks, in the lower level of the clinic. If you come in the front door, there's an elevator right to your left. Just take that to the lower level, and as you step off that elevator, there's a little hang tag system on the wall that says a loaner seat. It says recycle, or it says other, and you can drop your seats off to be recycled there. Just take off one of the recycle tags, put it in the seat, and we'll get it taken care of for you, rather than putting it out on the berm.
Yeah. I was super proud of myself because the techs always, go through once you put it in. They say, Mom, put the car seat back in now that we've shown you how to do it. And last summer we went to Florida, and I put the car seat in, and I don't, if people, you land in Florida, you land in Mexico or whatever, you've been in North Dakota, you get there, and then you're immediately like, I'm sweaty, right? You're just like, I'm hot, I'm ready to, but I got in the car, I put my knee in it, I was like, this is not good enough, and I was like, gosh, I feel like I should send a video to Jasmine and to Carma just to be like I'm really getting after it, like my kid's not getting in here, I know it's midnight, but really got after it and got it in there. And it just makes you feel a little bit better knowing you've walked through that, and your team is always really great about that, and providing information, resources, anywhere from what they should be wearing in the car seat and everything. So it's been, I know as a first-time mom, it's just invaluable information.
Well, we appreciate that, Courtney. And, you talked about travel and going somewhere else. And what does that look like? And we have talked through that with many parents where they've got maybe a big, massive seat and they don't want to haul something quite so heavy with them on the plane. They want something more lightweight and portable. Or maybe they'll call us and they say, I'm flying to Florida. Is there anything I can do on the airplane to keep my child safer? The answer is yes. And even from what seat do you pick when you go on and buy your ticket, that you can't put a car seat on an airplane in an aisle or a middle seat. It has to be a window seat, so pick that. What kind of car seats fit in those spots? We also have something called a CARES harness. It slips over the back of the the airplane seat, and then it's a harness system you can use for those kids who may not fit well in the airplane seatbelt. There have been people killed on airplanes because of turbulence or injured because they go flying around when they hit turbulence. And so how do you keep them protected? Or people who will call me and say, gosh, we're going on a family vacation to California this summer and I'm going to be driving through these states. What's the car seat law in those states? Wow. And we'll help them to find that out, because as a driver, you're responsible for every state you're in, knowing what that is. And so we get a lot of those calls. I'm really proud. I have 3 other staff who work with me in my office. They are all certified child passenger safety technicians. In fact, they're actually all instructors. Yeah. So they train the people who do this work in North Dakota and Minnesota. And if they don't know the answer, we'll find the answer for you.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Awesome stuff. I know a lot of times people drop questions in the moms groups, and there's always a Safe Kids person there to respond, or people can recommend. So if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out to them. We could be here all day because there's so much information. I know Carma's going to be on Grand Forks Best Source as well later. She and her team.
It's going to be on tomorrow.
Okay, yep. So make sure to tune in tomorrow and get some more information, but would love to see everybody out on Saturday. We also have the information up on our page here. Dale was posting the Safe Kids link and phone number, so feel free to reach out, but we'd love to see people out. Carly, if you can come volunteer,
Yes.
I'll have you watch Alistair.
yeah, there you go.
We'll live it up.
Well, and we really appreciate the support. You mentioned GFBS. They're so awesome to get us in and help share the messages, and we just really appreciate this being important to John and to businesses like Remax and Courtney, who step up and say, you know what, I care about our community, and this is more than just about selling houses, right?
Oh, yeah.
And she's a great realtor. May have helped some family members over time. I've said I'm going to die in the house I live in because I am not moving out of that house, right?
But
John's nodding his head, but I know maybe the right one will come along. But really, thank you for having us on and being able to have not only promote Remax, but really what is going on in our community and the things that nonprofits like ours do to help make having and raising kids a little bit easier for people.
Absolutely, yeah. It's about loving where you live, and that might be an apartment, a house, but we want you to love the community you live in, and let's support these groups that are putting these things on and great resources for us. So thank you again.
Keeping kids safe at home, at school, at play, and on the way.
Oh, I love that.
There's our tagline.
And on the way.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. Okay, well, thank you for coming in, sister.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. Make sure that today, with everything you do, put a fork in it, and hope to see you Saturday.
Move with the rhythm. Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do